Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Over to Madrid, we have a rival report. La Liga Matchday 2 at the Santiago Bernabeu. We see Real Madrid host RCD Mallorca, and the game ended 2-3 to 1. At first, I'd like to talk about both teams starting 11 with Mallorca. Is that the last time we saw them, they were playing against Barcelona. They had a shape of 5-4-1 to have the defensive shape. But after seeing the Mallorca game, we saw that Antebuneri not giving any chance at all because of lack of support. Mallorca, I think, adapted to their style and then changed their formation into a 5-3-2. So then, right now, the game starts with the difference between Antonio Sanchez going to the back in place of Kumbulu, and then after that, they also have Joseph in place of Asano, so that he can back Murici at the top. And then another big difference, in my opinion, is Tony Lato starting over Mojica. I think to have a better defensive shape instead of Mojica, because Mojica is a very wide attacking, more of a left wing back than Lato. So their tactic is just, I think, soaking up the pressure from Real Madrid so that they can get something out of it, out of the game, maybe at a point, or maybe they can get an odd counter here and there, right? So as we go to Real Madrid now, we go from the back, still Courtois, and then we see starting again after being on the bench and playing off the bench against Real Oviedo. We see still Dean Huijsen and also Alvaro Carreras. But then Dean's partner they change it again to Militao this time after Rudiger started the game against Oviedo. So I think Dean is going to be the starting player for Real Madrid in the back because of his, I guess, physicality, and also his defensive awareness, and also he can control the ball. He's a ball-playing defender with both feet as well. So his partner is Militao again. So Xabi Alonso is still experimenting on how who should be the best fit for the partner for Dean at the back. And then the midfield stays the same, and I think that this will be majority of the time the midfield trio until maybe Jude, when Jude back will be at the moment currently Valverde, Tchouaméni, and also Adegular at the 10. With two holding with Valverde and Tchouaméni. But then after that, we go to the attack, and the attack is Mastantuono starting again, which I don't understand. I don't know if he is going to start all the time, but for now, he could possibly be the one who's starting, unless Ibrahim changes in the training maybe. And starting is obviously Kylian Mbappe, and on the left, Vini starts again after being on the bench for Rodrigo in the Oviedo game, right? So I think for the position of Real Madrid, on the right will be Ibrahim and Mastantuono, and on the left will be Vini and Rodrigo. And Xabi also, I think, decides that whoever performed better in that position, they will play there, right? Rodrigo is not going to be a right winger again, possibly. He's going to be the left winger as well for Real Madrid. So he just needs to perform better than Vini, and then he starts. But that will not be changed if he performs like how he did today, because he performed very lacklusterly, right? No lack of hunger and everything. Obviously, understandable that he wants to leave, but doesn't change the fact that he still needs to do better to impress, right? And gain some attraction to himself. Then that's how Real Madrid lines up with the team. And then how they start the game, they play very quick football, very fast, and then straight to the point. You start giving pressure to Mallorca. Right after they gave to Mallorca, it paid off at the 6th minute when Real Madrid scores the goal with Kylian Mbappe, but it resulted in offside after check from VAR of his head. He was behind the defensive line, and then but they don't change their formation, because right after that. They don't change formation nor the tactic. They still play the same press football, still less stagnant than last season again. But the same problem still persists, where he still attacks from the left hand side, and Madrid still only attack from the left hand side most of the time, and with Mastantuono drifting to the middle, and Guler to middle left, for example. Kylian Mbappe obviously goes drifting to the left, and Carreras, and also Vini stays on the left. So then after that, in around 18th minute, finally they got a counter by Mallorca, and Mallorca got a corner, and with on the corner is our boy Pablo Torre that we just sold, sadly, to Mallorca because of lack of playing time. Obviously, he's never going to play above Fermin and also Dani Olmo at the 10. So I'm happy for him that he get a starting move, and I can at least monitor him. He's on the corner, and he made a very good cross to the middle of the 6-yard box, and Mauricio was there, being the tallest man in target man, obviously. Went for the header, but only touched his shoulder, but then it was enough to get the ball past Thibaut Courtois into the goal. So with that lead early on, we all know that's what's going to happen. It's just non-stop Madrid pressing, right? The only thing they need to do is soak up the pressure and not give the ball back as quickly as possible. But that's the issue with Mallorca. Right after that goal, every time they get the ball, they clear the ball or they try to dribble and then they lose after that because of the team pressing from Madrid. Madrid, they've been pressing for 2 to 3 players, and then after that, it pays off in around 37th minute. In the 37th minute, Vini scores. No, it wasn't Vini. It was Guler. It was a very well worked team goal in the 37th minute with Real Madrid getting a corner on the right hand side this time, same side of the pitch from the viewer's point, and then he talked to Trent. It looks like they're going for a tactical corner. He plays his shot to Trent, goes on overlap on him, and then Trent passes back to Mastantuono. Mastantuono looks up and then crosses the ball to the far post. And seeing Dean Henderson there, obviously with his physicality and his high posture, he wins the ball. And instead of going for the goal, he just flicks it into the middle of the 6-yard box. But in the 6-yard box is empty because everyone was focusing on the far post on the right hand side of Mallorca's defense, and then just to tap it in is Arda. So a very well worked goal for them, but I do think that goal should be, you should give it to Dean and also Mastantuono because of very precise cross into the back post, and also Dean's composure of going to the middle. Maybe it's tactical, maybe it's just individual brilliance by Dean. But then we see, okay, it's 1-1 in the game. What will Mallorca do? What Mallorca does, the same thing. Now they're stretching themselves, going for the attack because they think that, oh, it's 1-1 now. What happened is just right after the kickoff, they lose the ball in the middle sloppily. I think it was Morlandes, and then after that, Valverde got the ball, passes right back to Vini, who's ready for a counter. He was against 3 evidently, but we know Vini can beat them, and he goes left, right, and after that, as he gets closer and closer into the D of the box, he turns to the left, and then after that, make a very precise low shot into the right bottom right corner. A sloppy technique, but still very much meant to do that. So with 2 minutes, Madrid scored 2 goals in the 37th with Guler and 38 with Vini, and Madrid leads for the first time in the game, officially at least, because the first goal. Then after that, within 20 minutes after they went back behind 1-0 by the Mauritius goal, they lead after 20 minutes. So after that, we see, okay, now it's just gonna be a beating by Real Madrid to Mallorca, right? And it shows right before halftime in the 46th minute, Real Madrid scores again with Mbappe, and he's still looking for his first goal in this game. He evidently was offside after checking by VAR again, because he made a very an early run into the area, right, into the final third. So then, other than that, that concludes the first half for the game. Not much chances happening on the Mallorca side. It's just Madrid non-stop pressure, and Rahman and the defense, notably Rayo, controlling the defense of Mallorca. And then we go to the second half, and Madrid stays with the same tactic, and also Mallorca just full defensive with Mallorca, and Madrid just quick passing and full on pressure, team pressure against Mallorca. And then we can see in the 55 minutes, there was a moment where Mastantuono has a quick feed in the roughly penalty spot. Goes left and right with a quick feet, and then shoots with his right foot into the left-hand side, bottom left of Mallorca side, but stopped by Leo Roman, the goalkeeper that I told you about in the previous video, and then stopped it with his right foot, and then the ball goes to Valien, their centre back, and then he tried to clear it to the side instead of to the back, and then what happened is it hit Guler, apparently on the chest, and then goes right back to Leo Raman, the goalkeeper. He blocks the ball again. After he blocks the ball, what happens is the ball bounces just perfectly to in front of Goulet, just to tap it in. Everyone thought it was a goal until VR checks it, and apparently this could be the turning point, I guess, of the match, right? But VR checks it, and then this might be the controversy, but I don't think it is. It should be. It's been given as a handball, and due to that is because it hit instead of hitting the chest of Guler, it hit the hand of Guler onto the second block of Leo Roman. When that happened, one would argue his hand was here, and his hand was first protecting himself, and in a natural position, because when someone's playing, they do this, right? It hits his hand and then goes to the goalkeeper. But as we see from multiple replays, slow-mo replays, we see that Guler actually moved his hand to where it is, because his hand was down here, both hands were down here, the ball was going to his chest, and him trying to protect his body, he moved his hand onto where the direction of the ball is. So because the hand wasn't here at the start, and it hit, that wouldn't be called as a handball because it's natural position, and it was actually there. Now he moved, when the ball is coming, he moved his hand towards where the ball is going, and then goes to another hand, and then goes into the goalkeeper, which is why it's called as a handball. And again, for me, that's the right call. Maybe it's biased because I'm a Barcelona fan, but we'll see, right? So right after that, it took like about 4 minutes until 59th minute or 60th minute of VR to conclude that it was a handball. But right after that, a minute later, around 61st minute, Dader had a solo run himself into the box, beating Chouameni in the near post, and then passes back and beats Courtois for the cutback towards Joseph. And then as he was about to shoot, he was pressured by Trent, which again, one of the things that he was criticized for is his defensive awareness, and he did very well there tracking Joseph into his far post, right? And because of that pressure from Trent, Joseph misses the ball, even though it was given for the platter frame. So after that, we just continue with that kind of tactic and everything. And then we make some changes in the 64th minute. 64th minute, Samu Costa, a player that is more so as a deep line playmaker or holding for Mallorca, replaces Pablo Torre, our boy, and then that puts Jarder the burden of controlling the middle of the pitch. He can attack more, right? The freedom to attack more, and then Samu Costa just be the one holding and be the vocal point of the starting of their attack for Mallorca. And evidently, it shows after his change, Mallorca is more active attacking wise and better in the build up. And it shows right after Mallorca got a chance, shocked, and then after that block tips by Courtois, the ball bubbles towards Samu Costa, and Samu Costa volleys it with his left foot, directed right straight to goal. But then it was blocked by Alvaro Carreras, which for me, he is currently the man of the match of this game, because he doesn't do anything big, but he does everything right, and what's needed for him whenever he has the ball. He goes back quickly. He controls the left hand side better than Vini, because Vini always drifts centrally sometimes because lack of position on the right hand side, and Mbappe sometimes goes to the right, and then the one who is on the right, either Brahim or Masaturas, drift to the middle. Majority of the time, Carreras is the one who's controlling the middle, the left side, I mean. And Carreras is man of the match in my opinion, and especially with that block, right? So then, because again, I don't agree with having to score a goal or assist counts as getting the man of the match. Just if you're the best player, you're the best player, right? So he made a very good block for Costa to keep the game at 2-1 for Madrid. It was still very close, but evidently it wasn't showing in the game, right? Then after that, Madrid made multiple changes in the game in the 65th minute. I think in the 60th minute, something like that. Brahim comes on for Mastantuono, and he's just for no tactical changes whatsoever with that change. And then the 71st minute, they made 3 changes again, extra changes with. First of all, Ceballos for Guler to have more control and compact the midfield instead of less attacking and more control. And then Trent going off for Carvajal, and him, I think, to give intensity and rest for Trent as well. He's still early on. And then on the left, we play Rodrigo, and again he was very lackluster in that game. Barely has any hunger to even wanting to do anything. So not much to be said there. And then Mallorca also made a couple changes. Joseph off for Asano, and then Jan Virgili also playing. And then Mojica in place of Latobi to have more attacking presence, right? But evidently there was no chance whatsoever. And Jan Virgili, he's also our player that we just let go to Mallorca, 19-year-old left winger. Him leaving was tactical because there's no place for him in the fourth division with Barcelona B. He won't be able to play there. He won't be able to build as a 19-year-old already. He should already be starting I guess in the first team, in the top flight team. And with Barcelona, we have Rafinha and also Rashford there, and also Dani Olmo can play there. He will never have a chance. So because of that, instead of loaning him out, we chose financially to help selling him, but with an option to buy back to Mallorca, which again, I like that we were loaning them in the same league, same country, so it's easy to I guess monitor. Even I do watch Mallorca a lot in the previous seasons, and I like that now Pablo Torres, Jan Frangeli in the same team, so I can monitor them easily, right? And talking about player who just left, also would be what's the name? Iñaki Peña, which I talk in the squad review, that I do think that he should leave because he will have no place whatsoever in the squad. Sadly, being 26, he should be starting at least at the middle, at like middle half of the La Liga clubs. And I'm glad that we loaned him out. At least this one is a loan only, after getting a new contract with him for I think till 2028 or 2029. So he's on loan to Elche, a newly promoted side. And I'm excited to see how his progressing will be, because I think the current goalkeeper is around in the mid to late 30s, his age. So Iñaki most likely will start, so I can also monitor how he performs, right, basically. And but other than that, the game concludes with 2-1 to Real Madrid. The man of the match for me is Carreras, while their best player in the Mallorca would be Morlanes, the midfielder. Even if I think he's the one who made a mistake for Vini's goal, but even if he didn't, if he did, he's still their best player, right? Now, man of the match is still Carreras. And then my main takeaway is basically Rodrigo. I think he's going to be the left side midfielder instead of that winger. He's going to be the left winger. And then after that, Madrid is the same, less stagnant compared to last season off the ball. There's a lot of movement off the ball from the Real Madrid players, and they're passing quicker. And I guess that shows from the style of Xabi Alonso, right? So the next match is Real Sociedad away at the Real Arena. And then the last three matches here was they won 3 of their last 3 matches. It was at home 2-0 win in La Liga, and then after that, right before that, it was a 4-4 draw, but it eventually became a win again because of 1-0 lead in the first leg. And then the next one, it was an away win in the first leg for that 4-4 draw, right? So yeah, other than that, there's nothing much to say. We wait for Barcelona to play tonight. We're playing against Vallecano at Vallecas. So it's going to be our third match away for the season, at the start of the season, and also last game before this 2-week international break. So other than that, if there's anything else, if you enjoy, leave a like, and then if you have got any thoughts that you need to share about my opinions, I'll see you in the comment. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.